Welcome to our Catechism segment for this week. This platform is Yahe Yala People's Forum, and I am your regular host on this platform. I am Joseph Iyaji, and with me is not just a youth, but a distinguishedly respected youth in this parish, SS Peter and Paul Catholic Pro Cathedral, where we are live after our first mass today. Sir, can we meet you?
My name is Stephen Anozie Ogbaje. I'm one of the youth of the parish. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This is our catechism segment, like I've said. So we have series of questions for you in this segment. Okay, sir, ultimately, sir, the number one question we have for you today is, what struck you most about the readings from Isaiah, Philippians, and John in our gospel reading of today?
Okay, so what struck me the most about the reasons of Isaiah, Philippians, and John is there was always a connection between those readings. Number one is making God the source and summit of everything. Starting from the prophet Isaiah in Isaiah 43, he said that do not look at the things of the past. Behold, I am going to do something new in your life. That is the God that maketh way where there seems to be no way. Giving a relation is you having fully depending yourself on God. You understand? And the Gospel of John actually emphasizes that we should not judge anybody, because the Pharisees brought an adulterous woman to Jesus, and they were believing that Jesus Christ is actually going to judge. But Jesus Christ, seeing the repentance out of this woman, asked her that since you have not been judged, I will not judge you, but then go and sin no more. That is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that submission. The second question I have for you is, how did the story of the woman caught in the act of adultery in John's gospel resonate with you?
Well, the story of the woman caught in John's gospel resonates with me constantly, because this is what we have in our day-to-day activities. Though they say that sometimes when you are pointing a finger, the rest for is actually pointing at you. People that are accusing others are even the one doing the most of the evil. You understand? The one of the lessons we need to learn from the Gospel of John is, human being as we are, always take a deep reflection about yourself. Are you condemning others of the sins that you're actually guilty of? You see most politicians that will accuse others and send others to jail. Of what justice do you want to give of sending somebody who has just stolen a goat, and yet you that have stolen billions actually sitting comfortably in your in your house? This is something that happens on day-to-day activity. The God says that show mercy unto every human, because he who shows mercy will obtain mercy. But people don't keep into this at all. We don't even show mercy to our brothers and sisters. We don't want to consider the circumstances. We don't want to consider whatever led to the person. All we want to do is to just judge the person, and that is it. Thank you.
Thank you for that beautiful submission. We have the third question for you in this segment, and the question reads, how can you apply the message of Philippians chapter 3 verse 8 to 14, where St. Paul talks about counting everything as loss compared to knowing Christ, to your daily life?
You see, when St. Paul was addressing that God passage to the church in Philip, he's actually saying it in a very, very rhetorical way, because he's saying counting everything as loss. He's just making yourself dependent on to God, making God as source and summit of everything. The one of the passages says that if you keep your life, you will lose it. You understand? But if you are giving up your life for the sake of the gospel, you are going to gain it. What he's just trying to say is depending on God in everything that you have. Don't depend on man. If you are depending on man, man will fail you. They said, woe betide you if your faith is upon man. So if you are depending on man, man will fail you one day, because there was no way, there was a fallibility of man. There was a particular nature of every man. So counting everything as loss is you making God the source and summit of your life. That is just it. Thank you.